I think it's certainly true that some of the first projects I was involved with, partly because they were the first, but also because they therefore have been the longest running, have had the most impact on me. And there's one project we did with Procter & Gamble, which was our first open innovation project with a big company, which it was sort of successful by most tangible measures. It was very successful, but it didn't lead to some big commercial returns like some of our later projects. So it wasn't our most commercially successful project, but it was still. But that had a big impact on me because it was the first time we did this. So we were making it up as we went along in the nicest possible way. So that was one thing that we did that had a big impact on me. But another project, if I'm permitted to talk about two, another was working with the universities, a project called Crucible, which there was a colleague of mine who led on that, a woman called Rachel Brazil, but I participated in that, and I found that hugely inspiring. And that was actually working with early career researchers within mostly universities, but also some businesses, who were all kind of my age, had all done PhDs, and they were now, global experts. They were lecturers or about to become lecturers. They were kind of 30 to 35, that kind of age group, but from a wide range of science and engineering backgrounds and social science backgrounds. So it was a very interdisciplinary group. And at first, the structure was 3 weekends over 6 months. They would get together and spend quite an intense period of time, separated by kind of 3 months each. And at first, the structure was, let's just bring in really fascinating speakers, and there wasn't much more to it than that. It became more structured and more facilitated, looking to spot opportunities for collaboration within that very interdisciplinary group. But just this idea of bringing together this very diverse network and trying to make it work, but it had to be really gentle. You can't force people together, and I think that applies to our Procter & Gamble project as well. People have to be willing, but you can create the conditions. So both of those projects had quite a deep impact on me personally, because I felt that we were doing something different to what had gone before, something that was difficult, but something that was important. So I don't know, I can talk about either of those projects in more detail, but yeah, those are two that really had quite a strong impact on me. Well, on the one level, I was very much a participant, part of the group, right. And on another level, I was the boss of the team that funded the Crucible program. So I think at first, hopefully I'm not too hierarchical or what have you, but at first people thought, oh, he's the money guy, or what, and I think that kind of hierarchy doesn't help at all. And also, I wasn't interested in the ego boost that might give you, because actually that isolates you, and that doesn't make you part of a group. Hierarchies isolate, and that's true in Procter & Gamble. If there's fear and inequality between, a Procter & Gamble and a small company, which there can be, even if they're two perfectly reasonable people having a conversation, if one person holds all the power and all the money and all the responsibility, then you can't have a meaningful conversation. It's too one-sided. So I think people only engage and work with people they want to work with and people they like. So it's important to, break down some of those barriers. So yeah, so I'm always much more in favour of a very light touch behind the scenes kind of facilitation and stepping up to the plate and kind of making decisions when you have to, but letting the group kind of choose where they want to be and make their own decisions on their own wherever possible.